4 against Kansas, and he had an 0-for ball game a year ago, and then before the regular season ended in the win over Kansas in Lubbock, he had a double-double, and he had the outstanding game in a losing effort against this Iowa State team. And then you get to the Big 12 tournament where he got the 40-point performance against Texas A&M, and at one stretch scored 29 in a row. So he rebounded that time, and the way he's playing tonight, it looks like he's back to the old form.
Inside the Singletary between the trees. Not very smart move right there, because they just, again, stand there with being not much physical play inside. They don't need to, because they've got those long arms, the size advantage when Singletary went inside.
And Bracken's not nearly as heavy as Hamilton, who's 6'11" and listed at 260, both at 6'11", and when they hold those arms up, it's tough to power your way with the basketball through those guys.
And very well coached not to, you know, leave their feet, not to do things that you see a lot of big guys do that draw fouls.
Right, and their coach a big man. I think that's part of it, that he understands that part of the game and can teach that to his players. But with that size, hold your arms up straight, and it's a formidable challenge to shoot over.
Well, and opponents only get an average of 10 free throw opportunities a game against this Iowa State team, despite the fact that they've got big guys like that inside, and their athleticism is really there. Singletary, it doesn't get the roll. But Darko was there. Was it on the cylinder? No, they're going to call a foul.
Boy, great hustle by Darko to keep that ball alive. You've got Dindy inside, and also Hamilton, and boy, everything for Singletary, but dropping down, but credit Darko for keeping it alive.
Well, the foul goes against Christopherson, and it'll be Darko on the line when we come back. Red Raiders against Scott Christopherson, and it's going to be Darko Chujdarovic at the line.
The hustle by Darko to keep that ball alive. Now you got to finish at the free throw line, but the Red Raiders now initially trailing Iowa State on the boards have now gone in front. Darko with 4 offensive rebounds. 5 for the total for the ball game, but man, cannot miss a pair of free throws.
Yeah, Red Raiders now 1 of 5 from the free throw line, but keep in mind 5 trips already to the free throw line against a team that only allows on average 10 trips by the opponent. But you got to take advantage of it, just as you said.
Absolutely. You might miss a free throw here and there early in a ball game, but clearly down the stretch you cannot, because you don't have the opportunities to make up for missed shots. But in a game like this that you need to win, it's not a very good time for one of the top free throw shooting teams in the Big 12, the Red Raiders, to be missing at the line.
And the whistle inside on Corey, that time the block. Buckley stepping to the line is a 50% free throw shooter. The sophomore out of Detroit misses the second. But the rebound by Iowa State will keep it alive for the Cyclones.
Yeah, Iowa State had their free throw shooting problems in their win over Nebraska over the weekend. Neither of those teams shot the ball very well at the free throw line. Iowa State was 6 of 14.
And the three-pointer by Iowa State, they still continue to be almost unconscious beyond the arc. Inside the three-point line, not so much.
Well, you hope the Red Raiders mentally don't relax, knowing that Lucas Steiger is not in the lineup, the guy that you figured to be their best three-point shooter. And without him, you're worried about Iowa State, but they've certainly made up for that. And Darko, a nice play on the low block.
Yeah, Chujdarovic getting another bucket inside his second. He's got 4. And the rebounds that were going the Red Raiders' way now back to the Cyclones on their offensive end. Twice able to get it back up, and this second one goes in.
Well, the miss by Garrett, but Dwaylen Roberts did not block out Marquez Gilstrap and let him drive right inside and follow up the missed shot. That is what you have to do. Get a body on a body, not let the guy Gilstrap get a running start at a missed shot.
Believe it or not, that was Gilstrap's first 2-pointer tonight. He's got a couple of threes to go along with it. 8 points for the night.
He's also got 7 rebounds already early in the ball game too, on his way to another double-double.
And the steal made by Gilstrap. Fast break opportunity by the Cyclones, and he ends up finishing it.
He wanted Buckley, after he got him that pass across the court, to lob.
Tell you what, this Iowa State team, they don't have a lot of numbers when it comes to shuffling players in and out, but the guys that are in there are solid.
Very productive.
Corey now in there for the Red Raiders with Robertson, Singletary, Darko, and Dwaylen Roberts.
And in the Iowa State man defense at the moment, and boy, John Robertson, big shot there, but they've got Brackens on Mike Singletary. That's the size advantage, certainly in favor of Iowa State.
Robertson's first points of the night. The three-pointer falls. The Red Raiders back up by 1.
Yeah, I had missed at the free throw line earlier, and boy, the play there all set up by Craig Brackens, getting position on the low block. He got Dwaylen on the low block he wanted.
His second foul of the night. The free throw missed by Brackens, and this time the Red Raiders come down with it as Darko gets the rebound. And that's also something Red Raiders really need to be able to take advantage of, is when they do miss the free throw, don't allow them another chance. And the three again, back-to-back threes by Robertson.
Well, and I'll tell you how that happened. When they first come down the floor, LaRon Dendy at 6'9" is on John Robertson. Then they switch, and Gilstrap tries to come up from the low block to defend John Robertson. And when that switch was taking place, John left wide open at the top of the key, and the Red Raiders get him the ball.
Brackens with the move and the whistle inside. Looks like Robertson's going to pick up the fouls.
You see John Robertson being posted up by Dendy. A big size advantage, obviously, to Iowa State. 6'9", that time on the sub-6-foot guard. They go right inside, and John Robertson commits the foul.
Well, and the Cyclones really struggling at the line, but not on the fast break right there. The jam made by Gilstrap.
Boy, already in double figures. Just can't come down the floor and leave that basketball unattended. And basically, that's what the Red Raiders did.
12 points for Gilstrap already tonight, and Marquez is, boy, he is hot. Okori tries to drive the trees, and he gets knocked back. But the Red Raiders,
somebody to come in.
Boy, and again, the Iowa State Cyclones struggling with just keeping bodies available. They've had injuries, they've had suspensions, they've had players just flat out leave the team and head to another country.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often. Injuries do. One of those injured players, Jamie Vanderbeeken, is suited up tonight, but he's had a series of injury problems this season, and they're hoping to get a medical red shirt on him. Another 6'11" Iowa State Cyclone, but they don't want to put him in.
Nick Okori with the nice drive. Red Raiders lead back to 4. 30-26, and the crowd now starting to get into it for the first time tonight. But Brackens silenced it in a big hurry.
Well, he had struggled some from the outside, but that time not defended particularly tightly. Able to get the shot, get the ball up, took the one dribble and shot from out front, felt comfortable and was able to get it to go.
Oh, Darko with a spin. He sees Robertson open on the other side. Nice job by Chodarovich to see Robertson wide open over in the corner.
Well, who's really got the hot hand for the Red Raiders? It's John Robertson, who has scored 3 of the last 4 Red Raider buckets. So Darko making the wise decision to get his guard the basketball.
8 points for Robertson. The miss for Iowa State by Chris Colvin, who was a suspended player but is now back in there for the Cyclones. They need somebody to play.
Well, and I think Nick Okori there taking the ball from one end of the floor to the other. He got the defensive board, took it down the court, really expected someone to close on him as he went up for the layup. They don't, and he just missed a layup.
Well, a timeout on the floor, and can